Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Farmer Big Z, and welcome back to episode 40 of my challenge series on Mars the Mission. Today, I decided to give you guys a slightly different perspective of how things have been going on the colony. Instead of talking for a bit and jumping into a montage where I cover a lot of these more repetitive processes like harvesting potatoes, I decided I might as well show you guys a bit more of what it's like and talk during that time. So, here we are. Let's just do a little bit of focusing here while I unload my potatoes. And yes, we are in August of year 8, and I am harvesting potatoes. I've been at it for about 2-ish, 3-ish hours now, and it's going pretty well. Now, actually, let me do one quick thing. Potatoes, okay, we still got a little bit of room to go. So yeah, I also wanted to show you guys how almost perfectly this process with me and Marty have been working out. So oh, I did not, man, once I start recording, things just go by the wayside. I was doing so well. I made one little mistake beside me here to the left. But besides that, things have been going pretty well. So yeah, like I was saying before I realized I was driving over my crop, I wanted to show you roughly how smooth and seamless of a process this is. So, you can see I just dropped off 37,500 liters of potatoes into Marty, and he's going around his track, bringing those over to our middle potato bin. So he's filling that up, and that's going pretty good. By time I get another full bin, another 37,500 liters for Marty, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, he should be back, and you will see how that pans out. Now, while he's doing that, let's talk a little bit of what happened in the previous episode. So, we started in June, and we took care of mowing some grass. We mowed our 3 fields, turning, I believe it was 2 of them into hay, and 1 of them into silage, maybe a little bit more of that into hay. But we did that, and we are now good for hay, and we have a little bit of silage left over, if I'm not mistaken. After that, we reset our 3 fields by rolling them, spreading lime down, and then hitting them with some fertilizer, putting them not only at the perfect pH and nitrogen levels, but also resetting them to a growth stage of 1 instead of 0. So those are coming along nicely, and they're actually ready to be harvested next month. So that is going well, and we are doing well. After that, I quickly sold some chocolate. I only had about 3,000 liters of it, and it sold for about 11,000, including bonuses. So that was pretty good as well. After that, I moved and I showed you all my new dairy factory. The dairy factory, let me see if I could pull that up without causing any accidents. The dairy factory that we have has about 15,000 liters of milk still going, and that's pretty slow. So we are now ready with this one. Currently currently filled with 152,000 liters of milk. And like I said before, I've just imposed a bit of a restriction on myself to wait until the other dairy factory is finished, shut that one down, and then start up with this new one. Okay, and we are still plowing along. So yeah, so we mowed some grass, sold some chocolate, and we moved milk to our new dairy. That was June. We slept for the rest of June, and we got straight to it, harvesting canola and wheat in the month of July. Now, we harvested roughly 85,000 liters of canola off of our lower strip. You can see it there in the distance, nicely limed. And we put that 85,000 liters into our pig food factory. I'll talk a little bit about this more in a bit, but that is how our one field, hopefully our only field of canola, was done. After that, we harvested 25, maybe 30. Yeah, I think it was 25,000 liters off of our chicken dome. And I thought we would get more. Unfortunately, we didn't. And I put that towards... What did I put that towards? I put that towards chicken feed. And I put the rest... Yeah, I put that towards chicken feed. I filled that up. And then I went and I loaded any other room we had in our bin. And I started filling our pig food. So from there, we put 100,000 liters of potatoes, wheat, corn, and canola. Potato, wheat, corn, and canola, yeah. Those 4 crops into our pig food factory. Now, I'll take a pause from that, and you can see Marty arriving perfectly on time. Hopefully, and sometimes it doesn't work out this great, but hopefully I can get to the end of this row before I hit a full potato harvester bin at 43,000. I'm looking pretty good. We're getting kind of close. 41 and a half, 42 almost. Yeah, we'll be good. So this is how it's been working, and this is why I've enjoyed harvesting potatoes so much. Wow, that was actually a little closer than I thought it was. Only 300, less than 300 liters of spare room in this bin. But yeah, I finished my harvest. Marty shows back up. I unload into him and we keep moving forward. Now, since we're getting pretty close, I need to make sure I keep a track of this number. Marty brings over 37,500 liters of potatoes each time he goes. And I know that each group storage area can only hold 500,000. So he should be good for another 2. And I'm starting to get a little worried. Hopefully we get to 1 million. If we are just shy of 1 million, that would be pretty annoying. You know what? I might just dedicate a small field, but hopefully I won't need to. Hopefully we can get this all wrapped up with this last field. Okay, let's get my GPS back going. Straighten up, grab that, and we are back off to the races. Okay, so I was saying, we filled our pig food factory with 100,000 liters of potatoes, corn, wheat, and canola. Now, if I fly over to our pig food, what is that? Yeah, you can turn off. To our pig food factory, you can see that we have 26,000 liters of pig food remaining. Did I load more? How many more potatoes did I load into here? Maybe another 100,000 when I turned that on? I forget. I think I loaded another 100,000. I don't know why I turned it off. I can't remember. Like I said last episode, a lot of these days, a lot of these months throughout the years are kind of starting to blend together. I don't remember what I did when, and there are just so many productions, fields, and things I do on a day-to-day, month-to-month process that I'm starting to forget what has been done and what needs to be done. So, either way, that is where we're at with the pig food factory. I don't think I will load any more potatoes into this into this pig food factory. If I do, it will only be the amount of excess over 1 million I have. Once I hit 1 million in my mission crop for potatoes, I'm going to call it there, and I will just make sure that there's enough to be handed over to the colony, and we will not be using any more potatoes. Now, if that means we have to order... Ooh, wrong button. If that means we have to order pig food from wherever it's coming from, we will do so, and I'll be okay with that. Okay, so one last pass on all of these lands to be done. Let me tell you a little bit about how I did this field. So, First thing I do is I started on that strip between the two cubes, and I did 4 headlands there. I then did 1 pass down this far right side of the field, and I did 4 more headlands down on this side. That allowed us to get a lot of working room and not have to worry about accidentally turning too tight and hitting any of either the building behind us or the field in front of us, which still has sunflowers left in it now. So after I got those headlands done, I started doing some passes. Now using my GPS, you can see, let me turn this on just so I can use my pointer. Using this here, I jumped 5 lanes between each pass. So this far right lane here would be pass 0. I then went to pass 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. So you can see I'm at -7 right now, but we'll just call it 7. The next pass I do, if math is on my side, should be 12. So we'll raise this up, we'll turn nice and wide, and we should line up perfectly in lane 12, reactivate my GPS, lower my header, and we are back off to the races. So yeah, I just kind of rinse, wash, repeat, and I go down, I come back, I go down, I come back. And once again, so far so good. Whenever I've been full or near full, Marty has returned. So we're approaching 29,000 liters of potatoes in this bin. Hopefully Marty's on his way back. We can take a look. And yeah, we can see him there coming back around. So that is good, perfectly timed. And then I should also be able to head up, collect 1 more row, bring me to the 37,500 liters I'm looking for, and unload into Marty. I don't need to use the GPS on this, but I do. It allows me to read some notes, hand some things over to you, and not worry about messing up, missing a lane, or anything like that. A little bit of setup, but it goes a long way. So yes, I was saying, we need to figure out how much pig food is going to be costing us. Once again, I'm not looking forward to dedicating any more of my mission crops, specifically canola's not a mission crop. Specifically corn, wheat, and potatoes. Yeah, those 3 I am not looking forward to. Ooh, and we are not quite at 37,500. That's okay. This is close enough. I think Marty waits for 90 or 95% full bin before he takes off again, and this will definitely hit that. I'm very cautious because I keep checking. Oh, we might be spot on. Yeah, because we're at, let's call it 900,060. Let's call it that. He's going to bring over another 37,000. Let's round down because we just rounded up. And he's going to bring over another 35,000. So that's going to bring us to 900. Oh yeah, we're good. We are good. That's going to bring us to roughly 990,000. 995,000. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing math on the fly in front of you all. But yeah, I'm confident we'll hit our 1 million. If we don't, I owe you all something. Don't know what that will be, but consider it official. So yes, so that is what happened last episode. We are underway with pigs. I checked on my pigs before I started here, and we can see that their health is perfect, so the pig food is working nicely. This is throwing me off. I don't know really how that looks. I'm used to seeing 100% TMR here. Yeah, so our pigs are underway. We have 100 in each of 270, and I don't know how long their gestation period is, but I do believe pigs reproduce pretty quickly. Animals that are healthy and older than 6 months can reproduce. So yeah, I will hit my 270 limit in no time. Something else you can see that I've done is I've cleaned up my animal pens. Essentially, I went around and I sold all the individuals, so all of my animals, and then I repurchased fully grown animals. I'm happy with that. It also allowed me to kind of have a little breather in between what I was using for food and then what still needed to be had. Does that even make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Let me re-explain. Since I rebought all of my sheeps, my chickens, and my cows, it brought them back down to a a productivity level. Yeah, a productivity level of 0. Brand new cows, even though they're adults, their productivity level re-enters the game at 0%. So in order for them to start producing milk, slurry, etc., they need to get back up to 100. So it was no issue for me, and they are back. Okay, I'm getting a little nervous about our totals. So Marty hasn't delivered that load yet. We have 17,000 liters in our bin. When I first started, I wasn't sure if I had made a mistake picking, wrong button, picking the lower of these two fields. You can see that this northern cube has overall, I would say, a higher yield percentage, much more 125% with this big swath here and that smaller area there. I think this lighter green is 100%, whereas this yellow is, I don't know, 80% or something. So I was a little worried that I picked the wrong field to replant my potatoes in. But I think, as always, it's working out. The only thing that hasn't worked out for me in these last 8 years so far have been bales. I think the bales that I will be short on, specifically the straw bales that I won't be able to load into my cow pen. This straw is going to run empty before I'll be able to harvest any more wheat or grain. See, I'm not using my GPS and I almost drifted offline. Okay, so we have 26,000. Let's see, what is our number at? Let's go 995,000. Not only am I good with the remaining amount of potatoes here, but also my math was correct. That's probably, I won't say a first, but it's one of the few times for sure. And just like that, we are wrapping up this field. Yeah. Now that's essentially how it goes. I might try to do this another time where I'm talking while I take care of this. I do like the montages. It kind of makes a repetitive, slightly boring thing. Boom, perfect timing, and there's Marty. It does kind of make a slightly repetitive process a little more enjoyable, a little more digestible, kind of smushing it all into 2 minutes of footage. But just like that, we are good to go. Perfect. Turn this off, and we'll just do a nice, long, big circle, bringing our harvester back alongside with Marty. I do have to say, that is chef's kisses. That is perfect. Now, let's jump into Marty real quick. I need to pause him, because our bin is going to be full. Let's send him over. Let's send him over there, and he can just hang out there. He's going to dump into root storage number 3. That's it, that's all. Okay. Now, let's get this harvester all fueled up, filled up with DEF, repaired, and powered down. I will not need this harvester ever again. I'm not going to sell it. I've been making good money. I think it's... Ooh, look at all these weeds. Marty's going to have some work to do today. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to get this done. I'm not going to sell it. The colony will need it, so they can hold on to it. But it can just sit in hibernation in a way. I'm going to get this done. It's been a good bit amount of talking. I will be back in a flash. Ooh. Let me close this. There we go. Yeah. I'll show you guys this part. Repair 413, repair 507, sorry, 57. And there we go. Okay, so we put $877 worth of fuel. I know this is a big vehicle, but just imagine paying $800 for gas. As you can see, Marty is straight back to work. No rest for him. He is weeding the lower strip that used to have canola. Yeah, that used to have canola in it. So he will take care of that. I'm going to go rinse down this potato harvester and store it for good. Okay, so it's been a pretty busy episode, but we still got a bit more to do. Let's load up the last of this butter and head on over to the export zone. Yeah, let's just leave that right here for now. We still got a bit of butter left over. That's 3, 6, 10, 13. If I counted that quickly and correctly, 13,000 liters of butter remaining. I'm really interested to see how the butter produces in our new high capacity or high efficiency dairy. I have a few things set up already. Let's try not to tip this truck again. But I have a few things set up. We have a lot of harvesting to get done this episode, or this month in October. We have 40 acres of sunflowers and then another 10 acres of sugarcane down on the 2 boxes. We are expecting rain. If I could swing on over to the forecast. Okay, rain for 1 hour at 12 o'clock. That's not too bad. Okay, so that is roughly 117,000, 118,000 almost, $1,000 for 60 liters of butter. I'm gonna go ahead and head back over, get the second load sorted out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so another 13,000 liters on the way to the export. Now, as I love to drive while looking at other menus, let's take a look to see if we can find, what am I looking for? Oh, I just had it. Yeah, let's take a look to see how empty our factory is. Okay, that will produce at least one more. Yeah, unfortunately not 2, but it will produce 1 more 1,000 liters of butter. Yeah. So I'll just put that one aside once it becomes done, and we'll fire up the new one. Here we go. So our previous amount was $118,000. And now we have 22 plus, let's call it 3. So 25. So 25 plus 118, we're looking at 140, 143? 143, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll pop it up on the screen here, but I think it was roughly $143,000 worth of butter sales this month. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. So let's park this truck over. I'll just put it back over by the dairy. It will be needed next either at the eggs or at the honey, but I'll deal with that later. Right now, let's jump in our tractor and let's get to harvesting some sunflowers. Okay, and harvest is underway. Now I'm going to start with my field splitting technique. Split these fields into two, and I am going to go straight across to the upper strip as well and get that one sorted out. Now, while we approach, I can start getting ready for it. But yeah, as we approach this line, I will lift my header, jump on over and across, and I'll lower back down. Oh, I am on the wrong tool, so I just wasted all of that. But either way. Okay, so now we are doing our middle strip on the upper strip, our middle line on the upper strip. But let's see, we have 547,000 liters of sunflowers. We have 3 fields, 2 of them large, 1 medium-sized. I always forget there's so much harvesting, there's so much going on all the time that it's hard for me to remember what my previous predictions were, but I don't think we get 100,000 liters of sunflowers off of one of these 15-acre fields. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my prediction for a total of 250,000 liters harvested from these 3 fields. Once I get back on a straight line here, nope, I need to set my, there we go, that should have fixed it. There we go. I'm going to write that number down. I'm going to write down where we're at, 547. I'm assuming we're going to harvest 250,000 liters. So that should bring us to 797. 797. I'm going to go ahead and bump that up. Yeah, that's close enough. I think we will harvest and get to the point where we can say we have 800,000 liters of sunflowers in our colony food storage area. Now, as it's happened before, I've been wrong. I've been wrong multiple times. I've been wrong in multiple ways. But this is where I think we're going to get to. I'm going to throw this all into a montage, and I will pick back up with you when I'm harvesting my sugar canes. That will be going into, I need to finish harvesting the sunflowers after the butter is done in the dairy, because I want to delete the dairy, delete the sugar mill, reinstall a new sugar mill, and put the sugar cane directly into that new sugar mill. So hopefully that works as I round my way around my own parking, but this is looking pretty good. This is one of those things that just kind of reminds me, and I hope if you guys have learned anything from this long series, is that sometimes you just have to try different things. At first, my one field done in long strips side by side just wasn't working out. I've also now decided to not have Marty move to me. I always want to try it because I'm always hopeful, but then once I start getting into the harvest of it all, it just never works out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this area here, and then let's do a quick pause. Get to Marty, and I need to turn him to taking from it's the north strip, I believe. Yeah. Wheat strip north, going to the colony food area. He will be moving, what are these? These are sunflowers. He will be moving sunflower seeds, if I know my alphabet. There we go. Let's activate him and then get back to my harvester. Cool, so I'll let you all know how this worked out once it's complete. Once I get to this edge here, I'm going to rip down that right side, do 2 headlands on the base of the field there, and maybe swing back around. I'm at 50% almost now, so I think I'll be able to make, I doubt I'll be able to make it, but either way, I'll get this montage underway, and we will get some harvesting of the sunflowers done. Yeah, we'll get some sunflowers harvested. Hang tight, sit back, enjoy. I'll be back. So here we are. We are still harvesting sunflowers. So I just wanted to bring you guys all in and show you a little bit of the process. We have 4 more passes. Yeah, 4 more passes of sunflowers to be had. And it has been a long day. Without counting the 1 hour for rain delay that we had, we have been harvesting for roughly 12 in-game hours, equating to approximately 4 real-life hours. So it's definitely been a long time. Now, what have we gotten up to in that time? So, first off, I have been checking the sales menu way too often. And I am looking, and still nothing, but I have been looking for this. A much larger corn harvester, or corn and sunflower header. This header that I'm looking for can harvest at 15 meters wide. The one we currently have is only 6. So we are going 2.5 roughly, or 2.5 exactly, larger than what we have now. So that should save us a ton of time. I'm also looking for a new harvester. Currently our harvester isn't too bad. It holds just over 10,000 liters in its tank, but the biggest issue is how large of a boom that we have. This boom is plenty big for the corn and sunflower header that we have on here now. However, it is not big enough to hold and to support the bigger booms or the bigger headers, both grain and corn sunflower headers that we're looking to get in the future. So I have been looking tirelessly almost for sales in specifically a new case combine harvester, a larger one, and additionally a new corn and sunflower header, a larger one again. Now, although it's taking us a long time to harvest the sunflowers that we have here, I haven't even gotten to my 2 sugarcane fields down below. Hopefully, I can grab those next month in November and they don't spoil. Realistically, if they do, it'll kind of suck because I've been waiting on those things to grow for a long time. But if they do, it's not the end of the world. I have the mission crop totals that I need, and if anything, it's just potentially money that I would not be making from sugar and whatnot. I might even make chocolate. I might make more chocolate. Either way, whatever I do with that sugar, that'll be decided in the future. But I've been harvesting sunflowers, I've been checking sales, and I have not yet got to my sugar fields, which will be done next month and next episode. Now, what did I do during my hour of rain delay? Initially, what I wanted to do was I wanted to fill the BGA with manure and slurry from our cow pens, and just to get that process started. I knew that this was going to take a while. I didn't know it was going to take this long, but either way, I wanted to get some of the manure and some of the slurry flowing through the BGA and producing money in the background. However, what ended up happening was I simply drove over to the cow dome to see how that slurry was going, and I noticed that my cows weren't doing too well. Their health was really low, or their health was at 0, their productivity was at 0, and I noticed that their food was empty. Now that threw me for a loop quickly because I was like, why is their food empty? Their bays are full, they have room for slurry, they had some straw and they still have some straw, but I wasn't sure why they were out of health, not producing any milk. I realized they were out of mineral feed, the invisible feed that I don't see on a day-to-day basis. So I quickly ordered in 32,000 liters roughly of mineral feed per pen, and I brought that over to them so that they could get topped up, start producing, start regaining their health. And they're actually doing pretty well now. This is the first time I'm checking them, and they're at 100%, so that is good to see. Productivity is back up. Their food is slowly creeping up, and that is good, but something I shouldn't have to deal with again, because I do know that the mineral feed that I put in, 32,000 liters roughly, once again, should last a pretty long time. I might need to top them up once more, and maybe that's something I'll do as I leave the colony. So yes, I brought over... What did I bring over? Yes, I brought over mineral feed and I topped up the cow pens. Outside of that, the only other thing I did was I sold some butter. I sold some butter that was hanging around. It took more than a full trailer, so I had, I think it was 60,000 liters makes a full trailer butter, and another 13,000, so 73,000. Oh, I'm missing a row as I look up and think. 73,000 liters of butter. I want to say I sold it for around $120,000 to $140,000 total, including bonuses. If I have a idea, or if I can show exactly how much I did sell those for, I'll pull those up here now for you. Now, the only other thing I did, yes, the only other thing I did was I moved 32,000 liters, one full tank of slurry out of each pen over to the BGA, and that should actually still be sitting there. I recently started up my milk in the new factory because the milk in the old factory is done, along with the sugar, which has been empty for a while. But if we go over here, we can see that there's 64,000 liters and I'm missing another row. But yes, I moved 32,000 liters of slurry out of each of the cow pens. Why am I not using GPS? I have GPS. I've been doing it for the entirety of this field. Why stop on this last pass? But yes, I moved some slurry, making some room for the cows to keep producing slurry and not get sick, I believe. And there we go. That is done, finally. Ending at 10 p.m. If we started at 9, we had 1 hour delay. This has taken me 12 in-game hours, 4 real-life hours, to harvest 40 acres of sunflowers. Now, let's see how many sunflower seeds have we collected. One of the reasons why I am looking to get a larger harvester and a larger corn and sunflower header is because this has taken a lot of time and I do need to produce more, sadly. Let's get Marty fired up and heading over. I guess I can stop him because he can just stay there. Yeah, dump, colony, go. Okay. So yes, we have collected, after I close these things up, we haven't collected that many. My initial prediction for how many sunflower seeds I would collect was 250,000. We started at 547,000. So 700 or 712 that we have now, minus the 547,000 that we started with, should equal roughly 165, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'll throw that up on screen. So 165,000 liters of sunflowers have already been collected, and Marty is currently bringing another 30,000 liters. So 195, almost 200,000 liters. So I was only off by 50,000 liters, but it still means that we have a good amount of sunflowers. I guess if this was 40 acres, I need just a little bit more, so I don't need a full harvest. Either way, I still have a ton of corn to collect, and it's the same issue. My corn and sunflower header is just too small. So I'm looking to purchase a new sunflower and corn header, but to do so, realistically, I need to, let's go repair this because we won't be harvesting anymore for a while. But yes, like I was saying, in order for me to do that, I do need to ideally get a new and larger, thank you for that, a new and larger combine harvester. So I'm looking for a bigger one. I don't know if I showed the one I'm looking for. Did I even show the corn header I'm looking for? It's been a long day. Let's do this really quick. Repair and repair. Let's head over, start getting fueled up. This is going to be it for me this episode. We have covered 3 months, October, September, and August. So 3 months, 3 productive months. It has been good, but it has been long. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to thank you for watching. If you are enjoying it, please consider giving the video a like. This will probably be a longer one. And if you are interested to see how the rest of this challenge goes, and if I could complete it by year, I think 15 is doable. I think finishing off, oh, definitely doable. Maybe even year 12. But if you are interested to see how the rest of this journey goes, please consider giving the channel a subscription. As always, I'm Farmer Big Z. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you all next episode.